Hey everybody, happy Sunday crafternoon. Today is the 23rd of August, I believe. It's good to have everybody here. As you go ahead and find me in your newsfeed, go ahead and say hello. And if you're watching the replay, please say hello and let me know where you're viewing from. I'm going to make sure I'm where I need to be on Facebook here and make sure my volume's down. Sometimes I forget to do that. Then it's like you get the echo of dawn into your ear, which is not very pleasant. One of me is enough, let alone two. Okay, I am there. It's so funny because there is like a 10 to 15 second delay between me and you. So I always have to remember that when I'm trying to converse with you guys. Anyway, enough of that. Welcome. And today's episode, I think 251. Hey, Kristen, happy Sunday crafternoon. You're viewing from your couch. Well, that's a good thing. That sounds very comfy. If you see anything that you would like to purchase today, this is the information to my online store. The little QR code on the left will get you right to the store. The QR code on the right will give you all the information if you would like to go ahead and do all of your purchases at a discount, like I get. Anyway, I think you guys are going to like the live today. It's kind of fun. It's a little different. It's very fall-ish. I should say that. Also, if you haven't already done so, and if you'd like to be part of my newsletter, go ahead and scan that QR code right there. Open up the camera on your smartphone, point it to the QR code. It'll take you right where you need to go. It takes about 30 seconds to do. This is about the highest tech that I know, so take advantage of it. All right, as far as other places where you'll want to find me, of course, here on Facebook, and if you found me by a happy accident, I'm glad that you're here. Also, you'll want to make sure to join my YouTube channel, which is Dawn's Creative Chalet Paper Crafting Instructor, and make sure to hit the bell as you subscribe. It'll turn black, and that'll give you all the notifications. And then also my blog is another very important place to go. After we are done here, I load up the replay over on my blog as well as on YouTube. And you will find the pictures of the projects that we've done today. You'll also find the recipe card. That's what I was trying to get out. The recipe card for today's projects, which I thought I kind of sort of made a copy of that here, but now I can't find it. Of course. You know, why would it be easy? Anyway, so you'll want to go ahead and check out my blog as well. And usually I have everything posted around a half hour after we're done here. I try to do it pretty quick because I've done a lot of things behind the scenes in advance. As far as upcoming things here at the chalet, if you're local or somewhat local, let's see here. Today's the 23rd of August, so we're talking September now. Oh my gosh. Isn't this crazy, guys? Like, August has flown by like nobody's business, and I'm kind of over it. Oh, I got hummingbirds up my hummingbird feeder. I put a hummingbird feeder by my window here at the studio, and it's so much fun to watch them. Sorry, distracted. Squirrel, no, hummingbird. Anyway, things that are happening. So first of all, I have my catalog kickoff coming up on Thursday, September the 3rd. The catalog will go live on the 1st, along with brand new online exclusives. This is a lot of holiday stuff, you guys, so you're not going to want to miss it. It is a party, and we will have a snack. We will sip, stamp, snack, and oogle over some new products that I've purchased. I've worked really hard. I have around 100 to 150 things on display as far as new product goes. Yeah, I stamp a lot. And I also have swaps coming back too, so that'll be fun for you guys to see as well, because sometimes my stamping flavor may not be yours, but it's always fun to see what others create as well. Hey, Evelyn, happy Sunday crafternoon. It's good to have you. So anyway, the catalog kickoff, it's a party. You're not gonna want to miss it. Make sure to RSVP by the 31st of August for September the 3rd, which is the catalog kickoff. Okay. And then also the following week we have actually a couple of things. We have our creative card class on the 10th, And then we also have our sip and stamp over at Starbucks on the 11th. It is moved a week later due to the Labor Day holiday. I have found that you definitely don't want to be there when it's really busy. It's too chaotic, and it's not fun for us stampers because I feel like we're in the way. So I'm kind of looking forward to fall in that respect. Things will be a little bit more mellow over there and not as loud, I should say, and crazy over there. It's a good crazy, but still. And then as we get to the end of September, we have our product inclusive class on September the 24th. And then we wash, rinse, and repeat as we get into October. Also, speaking of, we're going to do some fall cards for both the catalog kickoff and also for the creative card class in September. But after that, we are full-fledged into holiday craft mode as far as Christmas and that type of thing. So yeah, we're gearing up for the holidays here at the chalet. Also, just to remind you guys once again that we have the sale on paper. So whether it's select designer series paper, also two-tone cardstock, and select milled cardstock at Stampin' Up. So make sure to grab that as 15% off. And when you do reach the $75 mark, you can purchase for $5 the 12 by 12 pack of paper called Glow of Harvest. It is really pretty. If you missed it, was it last week or the week before? It all blends together now. I think it was last week. I did the Facebook Live on Painted Pumpkins, that bundle that will be available September 1st, along with this beautiful pack of paper. And it just was like a match made in heaven. There was some really cool cards. I was pretty proud of how they turned out. And sometimes I'm kind of questioning my crafting. But anyway, grab that up. And it's available while supplies last or until the end of the month, or actually they'll carry it over, I guess, until it's gone. But anyway, also when you reach that $75 mark, you will earn from me the Creative Card Collection. And this month through the 31st of August, it is Violet Dreams. This is a free tutorial for you. It has 16 projects using the Violet Dreams Suite collection, and is complete with color photos, all the measurements, and video instruction for all 16 cards. So once again, when you hit that $75 mark, you can purchase the product of the month, and you can get this from me for free. Of course, no matter what your order is, I always like to send you guys a handmade card from yours truly, because I just love to do that. It's nice to get happy mail, isn't it? And I appreciate your orders. Also, if you do purchase the Silly Old Bear Sweet collection, you'll also receive this tutorial as well from me. It is, again, a free gift. And this has 10 projects with color photos, all the measurements, and video instruction for those. So a great way to kickstart your creativity once you do purchase that suite. And then also just to mention as well, we have Paper Pumpkin. You can sign up by the 10th of September to get the September kit, and it's called Aspens of Gratitude. It looks really pretty and very fall. So, and these are the colors down in here, if you're familiar with the Stampin' Up! Colors that it will feature. And also, I'm not sure if these are still available, but this is like an add-on for 3 months of Paper Pumpkin. So it covered July, August, and also September. For the 3 months, we have some dies that will coordinate with those coordinating kits. And there's the item number for it and the cost of it. And just a reminder once again of the July online exclusives. There are, I should backtrack. I would say there are some. There are all. Basically, our Halloween products are in this. Because if I recall, there is no Halloween in our upcoming catalog in September through December. So if you're wanting Halloween, make sure to go online and look at the online exclusives for July that came out. There's some really cute stuff in there. And I think I did, It all blends. A Facebook Live on some Halloween stuff not that long ago. And just a reminder as well that we have our hot foil machine and the metallic magic and all of these wonderful, wonderful hot foil dies and also cutting dies, bundles, stamp sets, all these things that coordinate. Oh, that was my wish list. You weren't supposed to see that. But anyway, all the things that go with the hot foil system are in here. If you have any questions on it, let me know. We also have a new brochure that came out, and I think I thieved it, and it's out in my classroom area, but it's called, I don't know, something awaits. I don't remember. But anyway, it's another brochure, and it's in reds and holiday-ish colors, and it has a lot of holiday hot foil stuff in there, which is really pretty. I've been playing with that a little bit as well. So, and then of course, just a reminder, this is our catalog, which is active right now through the end of August. And then we have the new one. If you aren't already working with a demonstrator and you'd like to get a new catalog, you're new to Stampin' Up, reach out to me and I'll make sure to get some arrangements to get one to your hot little hands, because you're not going to want to miss the holiday stuff. Like, that is always my absolute favorite. And just a sneak peek of what September does have. And again, this will be holiday products in the online exclusives that will come out September 1st. Okay, we got through all of that. Woohoo! All right, you guys ready to stamp a little bit? So if you are in Michigan, you are noticing a change in temperatures slightly. And it feels like fall's kind of in the air. And with that being said, I thought, you know what? I was eyeing this set last week, and I was almost going to tell you that I was going to commit for sure to do this. And then I thought, you know what? I better not, because as soon as I commit to it, something doesn't work out, and then I feel bad. Because once I say something, I like to stick to it and commit to it. But anyway, today we're going to work with Elegant Leaves. This is a really cool set. Now, last year, I believe we had a leaf set, but they were smaller leaves. I like this set. This set takes up more real estate on a cart. Just saying. You can purchase it as a bundle, which I think you'll want to do so, because you can then easily cut out all of these leaves. There's also two-step stamping. I forgot what they call it. There's a special name for it, and you guys I know will help me out with that. But anyway, with that, so you can leave them open or you can fill them in and coloring them perfectly with stamping, with two-step stamping. And then, of course, we have the dies that go with it. There are these dies here. I don't think I used them, but I can show them. Yes, I can show them to you. I was wondering if I was going to have them nearby. So you can either cut out the leaves from the outline, or you can use these, which they look kind of goofy, but this is what they do, and you can layer them with your leaves. So give them a little bit more dimension, but I think I just chose not to. I don't know why. To me, they just didn't look quite right with the projects that I had planned, so I decided to just tuck them away and use them for probably a different project. And then, this guy here is really cool. I did not use him though, but this doesn't actually cut anything out, so to speak, but it will cut an indentation and look like wood into your project, which is kind of cool. And it just kind of ties in with the whole fall thing, right? So anyway, so today it's all about Elegant Leaves, and I hope that I inspire you a bit that if you haven't purchased this yet, I think you're going to want to do so if you are a lover and a fan of fall. Okay, let's go ahead and, also, before I forget, the other items that I am using today, Nested Essentials. I know usually I always say the stylish shapes. I don't think I use the stylish shapes on any of these. Shocker. But I did use the Nested Essentials, which is another set that I think is a must-have in your crafting arsenal. And then also I used All My Fright, but not the way you would think. It's not doing anything with the Halloween stuff, but I really love the dies. And there's the number and the information on it in case you need it. But the dies are really cool. And the one that I'm really digging is this one right here. I really love the tag. And you know, we had a set of tags, and now I could shoot myself in the foot because I ended up getting rid of it. And even though it's retired, I like to make tags and incorporate them on my cards, and tags for bags and tags on scrapbook pages and all the things. And that I think is a very versatile die. So if you guys haven't checked into Oh My Fright, you might want to do so. And this tree is actually very cool, but we're not going to use it today. Although I thought about it with the projects. Okay, whoops, sorry about that. Just bumped the camera. I'm getting a little wild over here. Okay. Whew, I think we got through that. Which should we start with first? Let's see. What's in my stack here? I actually have 5 cards. Let's see how fast we can go through these. Let's see here. There we go. I was losing my train of thought here and trying to find my... Oops. One moment. I had a malfunction on a card. I obviously didn't stick it down as well as I thought I had. Anyway, okay. So this is our first card. By the way, I do want to mention something that I did forget to mention. If you are looking for Elegant Leaves, the bundle, it is not available until September 1st, unless you are a demonstrator. But of course, if you would like to put it into a starter kit and grab it now, just go ahead and use that QR code on the right. That'll give you the information as far as putting it into a starter kit. They've changed completely the way you can purchase a starter kit. So if you have any questions on that, just let me know. Okay. Back to our scheduled program. So this is the first card we'll do. I use several colors on this. And let me get my cheat sheet here. It gives me all my measurements. So first of all, we are using a piece of this beautiful Peaceful Pine cardstock. It's cut at 8.5 by 5.5. Yeah, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then on the inside of a piece of Very Vanilla. Surprise! I don't use Very Vanilla very often. Very. Anyway, this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and just put this inside my card as I call it a liner, you know, so it just looks, I don't know, a little more put together, right? All right, and then I have a piece of this beautiful, oh, that's what I was going to show you guys. Silly me, the Designer Series paper that I'm incorporating with it. So I'm using the same pack of Designer Series paper on all 5 of the cards that I have. Let's get that out so I can show you. Now I know I did show this during my unboxing, but I don't know if I have since. This is a product that will come out September 1st. It's part of the online exclusive, so you just won't find it in the catalog. If you're looking for it, I find it, and I'm calling it a hidden gem. If you love fall, this is a pack of paper that you're going to want to grab up. It's beautiful, and it has Blackberry Bliss, Cajun Craze, Early Espresso, Golden Glow, Lost Lagoon, Peaceful Pine, Pecan Pie, Petal Pink, and Very Vanilla in it. Whoops, let me make sure all of it's in the camera. So that it's double-sided paper, and it's gorgeous. But what's really cool about this pack of paper, and I'm going to use a couple of the elements from it. I know this doesn't really tell you anything. You're like, what the heck is that? Let me show it to you, because I've used a few, but let's grab them. And whether you are a scrapbooker or a stamper, whoop, that's gonna look kind of funky because I've used a lot of those. But anyway, these are punch outs. Aren't those cool? So you don't even have to color. Right up my alley. And if you, like I said, scrapbooking, there's like journaling or if you wanted to make a card and maybe use this on the inside of a card to write a message, you know, whatever the case may be, for all paper crafting. And the thing is, they're not both the same. There are two sheets and they are both different. Like I said, I think that this is just a hidden gem, and they do call it a specialty designer series paper. So it is $17 for the pack. I love it. I think even these would be cute on the side of like a couple of the cards that I'm using or making, but I just didn't use them. But I love this one too, and this one. Isn't it pretty? So they totally coordinate with, of course, the rest of the pack of the designer series paper. So again, this is called Autumn Opulence. And like I said, I'm calling it the hidden gem in the September online exclusives. Put that back so I don't bump it over and have it go all over the floor. Okay, so put that on your wish list. It's a good one. So anyway, this is the back side of it, which is beautiful, but we're going to use this side. It's a little more mellow. And I cut it at, whoops, I jerry-rigged everything around here, didn't I? I cut it at, it was like 1/8 less. So 4 1/8 by 5 1/2. See, I had to think about that. But I wanted just a little bit of the green to show on the top and the bottom, but not on the sides. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to use some liquid glue on this. This way it gives me a little bit of wiggle room in case I need it. Oh, I grabbed the wrong bottle. That's the naughty one. I can never get the glue to come out of it. And I've used a pin. I've washed it, the whole 9 yards. Speaking of washing, you guys, don't fall over, but I actually washed a few of the blocks that I keep sitting on my table. And I used alcohol on them, as Evelyn suggested, and they came out pretty good considering. They're just old, of course, because I think I've had some of my acrylic blocks since they came out with acrylic blocks. So they're getting a little old and scratched, but nonetheless, it did work. So thank you. All right, there we go. And then I have a piece of Cajun Craze and Very Vanilla. The Cajun Craze, excuse me, is cut at 5 1/4 by 2 1/2, and the Very Vanilla is cut at 5 1/8 by 2 3/8. Oh my goodness, I'm getting all choked up here. So anyway, and then I've also, I didn't really measure this. I just kind of guesstimated by wrapping it around quickly around my card. But I have some linen thread that we're going to wrap around. And then also, I knew I'd seen it floating around in my basket. I made a double bow. So we're going to do that last before we attach it. Hopefully I'll remember before I attach it to the card. Right? That's the thing that always happens. Oh my goodness. I'm going to set this aside, set that aside. We're going to work on this piece. So I use several colors. We're using the, I think this is an aspen, isn't it? I remember in 7th grade, way back when, you know, when they had horse and buggies. I don't remember what class it was. I don't know if it was science or what. And we had to go collect leaves at the state park and label them, name them. The useless information that you need in life, apparently, because it came in handy for my card making. Look at that. Okay, so anyway, what we're going to do is stamp this 5 times, and I'm going to have to wash my stamp in between each color. So that was Cajun Craze, and then we're going to use Peaceful Pine. So I'm going to go ahead, scrubby that up. Use Peaceful Pine. I liked the way this card came out. And actually, I got the inspiration for this card from a card that was made probably 2 or 3 years ago that I found on Pinterest. And then I just recreated it with our new products. Let's see here. This is Golden Glow. Okay, I'm going to admit it, you guys. This is actually one of my new favorite colors, because it's working out so well with so many of my projects lately. especially fall stuff. And then last but not least, we're going to use Blackberry Bliss. And I'm going to put that like so. That looks kind of pretty. It's like a fall rainbow. Speaking of rainbows, oh my gosh, we had the coolest rainbow last night. I seen some really crazy clouds rolling in, and I was like, you know what? Let's go for a ride. So hopped into the truck, went for a ride, watched it rain down at the beach. And I kept thinking, okay, there's going to be a rainbow. There has to be a rainbow. Like there's this, the sun's out bright, but it was raining at the same time. Well, I was looking towards the lake and I wasn't looking behind me. Lo and behold, when I did, beautiful, vivid rainbow. I was so excited. So ran down to the city marina here locally. And by the way, this is Cajun Craze again that we're using. And I'm going to put the sentiment right about here-ish, to the right-ish of the card. That turned out perfect. Anyway, and I seen the double rainbow. It was the coolest thing ever. It was hard to fit it into my camera lens. It was that big. But if you haven't already, and if you're a friend of mine on Facebook, make sure to check it out. It's a really cool pic. Okay, we're going to go ahead and bring this back over. And we're going to go ahead. Whoops. Come on, little doggy. And I'm going to layer it, and then we're going to wrap this with my linen thread. Whoops, I don't want to lose that. That's my bow. Okay, so from the back side, what I like to do is put, goodness sakes, seriously. Gosh, I put adhesive on both ends. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my linen thread and start it. Just press it into, actually I want it further down. Oops. Into the glue, maybe. Let's go even further down. I don't want it too far down where I'm blocking my sentiment, but I also don't want it too far up either. I want it just right, just like Goldilocks, right? Okay, we'll do this. And I'm going to wrap it twice. Come on back through. Whoops. And press that down. And then snip it and use that for something later. And it looks like, I did not use my dimensionals. So we're going to go ahead and just add this to the front of the card like so, and then taking our double bow. Hey Nancy, hello, happy Sunday craft afternoon, good to see you. And whoops, oh my goodness sakes, these little guys, they are sticky wicky, which is good. Okay, and there is card number 1. And again, using elegant leaves. Isn't that pretty? I love it. This is such a cool stamp set. Where am I going to put it? Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh, you know what I forgot? I'm going to try it. So in the paper pumpkin kit, oh my goodness, for July, right? No, for August. I'm getting my months mixed up. One of the stamps in the stamp set is this. This is the kind of stamp like I love to have on hand. And I think what I'm going to end up doing is keeping this, thank you, Nancy, on this block in my craft room. I'm going to use this on here. We're going to see if we can do it without messing it up. But what I do want to do, I want to bring in a piece of scrap paper because I'm going to stamp off so it's not so intense. But I'm going to ink this up, stamp off, and stamp on there. And can you guys see that? Isn't that pretty? It just adds a little extra something. I love to do this. I just think it adds a little extra. And we're going to stamp that there. There we go. It worked. Yay. Anyway, so if you have one of these or something similar from other sets, this is fun to do on your cards. The other thing that you can do is use, which I did bring them and put them on the table, your Stampin' Blends and beat it. Get your aggression out with a bone folder and spackle on your cards. Like, it's just one of my favorite things to do. Because I got a weird thing about white space. I don't know why, but I do. Anyway, okay. Now I feel better. Now we can go on to the next card. You guys ready? Here we go. Isn't that cute? So again, we're using the same Designer Series paper pack, which is, oh my gosh, the Opulence. The Autumn Opulence, I think it's called. How come I can't remember? I just looked at it 5 minutes ago. Oh well. Anyway, I did do some die cutting and stuff in advance, stamping and die cutting, to save us a little bit on time. So this, again, I believe is the Aspen. I used Pecan Pie, Golden Glow, and Lost Lagoon. Aren't those gorgeous? Love it. And these colors unexpectedly just go together very nice. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to take, well, first of all, I'm going to give you some measurements. I guess that would kind of help. So this is a Lost Lagoon, cut at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. For the inside piece, for my liner, I have Very Vanilla, once again. And this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and add that inside to get this out of the way. There we go. And then I have a piece of, whoops, Pecan Pie and designer paper. Here's another piece of that designer paper. There's the back of it. Isn't that pretty? Oh, these colors are gorgeous. Very fallish, right? And let's see here. Pecan Pie is cut at 4 1/4 by 3 1/4. The Designer Series paper is cut at 4 1/4 by 3. We're going to go ahead and layer these up, and then we'll do some other stuff. Okay. So we're going to layer these together. And I think what I'll do is go ahead to get them out of the way. We're going to go ahead and adhere them to the card. So I'm going to attach it to the card front. I don't know, about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch-ish from the top. Like so. And then I have a piece of Golden Glow and Very Vanilla. The Golden Glow is cut at 3 by 4. And the Very Vanilla is cut at 2 7/8 by 3 7/8 because I just wanted a itty bitty teeny border around it. I thought that that looked kind of classy, although I don't have a lot of class. But anyway, let's see here. I have my leaves that, like I said, are already stamped and cut, and we're going to grab, oh my gosh, my dimensionals are buried underneath all the blocks. Okay, we're going to put one dimensional in the middle of each of these because I figure that's enough. And I think what I'll do, I'm going to use Pecan Pie for this. I did splatter this. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I did use the Pecan Pie Stampin' Blends and the bone folder and just got my aggression out. But I think we'll do it the easier way. We'll use Pecan Pie. And again, this cool little stamp that came in the August Paper Pumpkin Kit. And I'm going to go ahead and ink it, stamp off, and then stamp on there. Stamp off, stamp on there. I don't know. I think it just gives a little extra something. It could be just me, and some people might not like that look. That's okay. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and clean that off. All right, and I just lost, oh my gosh. I was gonna say, I just lost my card. It's right next to me. Go figure. This is gonna be one of those days. Oh boy. Oh, I know the other thing I want to do is stamp the sentiment with Lost Lagoon. And we're going to use thank you. So I tried to use all 5 sentiments that are in the set. I think that the font that they use in the set is so cool. Let's see, we're gonna stamp it right about there. Isn't that pretty? Okay. And now I'm gonna go ahead and layer these together. Uh-oh, I'm seeing red. Oh boy, okay. We'll go ahead, we'll use the liquid glue. All good. There we are. And then I'm gonna peel these coverings, backings off of the dimensionals. And we'll put one about here, one about here, and one about here. Like they're falling. Oops, I think I'll have this one a little bit higher. There we go. And I'm gonna go ahead and attach this entire piece with dimensionals. All right. And stick this in the middle and about, I don't know, half of an inch-ish from the top of the layers that I have here on the card. And then I really wanted to add linen thread. Like, this is just my thing. I love to add a bow. It always dresses up a card, right? And you know what I am forgetting, because I didn't get them out, are my embellishments. I'm just noticing that, and that's okay. I can add them later, but just to show you guys what I did. Well, first of all, let's get this on here. I just put them on the top like so, because I thought if I put them just on one leaf, it might look goofy, because the other 2 leaves would feel left out. But anyway, I want to show you what I did. I used our antique pearls on this. Now on this card, I did not color them, but I think, yeah, on one of the cards that we haven't put together yet, I used Blackberry Bliss and I colored them to make them dark. So if you see an embellishment that looks like Blackberry Bliss, it's because I just colored these up. Okay, all right. So that is card number 2. Let's go ahead. How are we doing on time here? Let's see. Let's go ahead. Let's do the card where I use the die from Oh My Fright and bring that into play here. And again, look at Golden Glow. It keeps coming up, right? The color that I razzed and I just bad talked, and there it is. It just keeps popping up. It's a great color for fall. So on this card, I use the Nested Essential dies, and then one of the elements from the Autumn Opulence elements in the back of the Designer Series paper. Kind of cool. So I cut 2 of these out just in case I had a mishap. I try to do that now just because it saves my butt. We'll say that. And then what I did is I took, again, you guys, you're going to razz me so bad, but this color here, I know he keeps popping up and I was razzing him so bad. So bad. Okay. So I have my card base, which is Golden Glow, cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. And then the liner piece, which is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. It's very vanilla. Oh no, come on. I was going to say, don't tell me I'm going to have a problem with this adhesive as well. Okay, there we go. We're just going to put that inside, get it out of the way. So I cut this piece from the designer paper. Isn't that pretty as well? Oh, it just kills me to cut into this, but You need to do it, right? It's part of our job. Anyway, so this is from Oh My Fright. I love this tag. And I also cut a little sliver. This is cut at 2 1/4 by 1/2 inch. And again, this is part of the paper pack. Isn't that pretty? With the Blackberry Bliss background. Ooh, so pretty. In fact, now we'll use this. No, maybe on a different card, but not this one. Okay, so I'm going to put this on the bottom of the tag. Whoops. And then also, while we're doing the tag, this is another one of those little pieces. I decided to use this because I don't think it has 2 of these in the pack. So, excuse me. My goodness. I don't know what's going on with my voice today. Anyway, we're going to pop it up with dimensionals. I'm going to put it over to the left-ish side of this because we're going to need room for this little guy. But before we go ahead and adhere anything down, what I did is I kind of made my own designer series paper, so to speak, for the background. Because, again, it seemed like a lot of white space. So I took my favorite leaf, the little aspen, and tone on tone with golden glow. And I thought that this looked really pretty. And I just went ahead and stamped it up. Now, of course, you really don't need to do the middle because a lot of it's going to be covered anyway. But I just thought that this was like a fun little added touch. And around on the edges. And there we go. Perfect. Isn't that pretty? Like I said, sometimes those little things that you do, and I was just playing around and I kept looking at the card like it really needs something. So I decided to stamp up that leaf. I'm like, oh, that's perfect. That works out great. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stick this on the card on the left side. Like so. And then I have this piece of crumb cake that I use the Nested Essentials with. And I'm also going to grab Early Espresso ink and my sentiment. Ink it up and go ahead and stamp it in the middle, hopefully. There we go. That looks perfect. See, I'm even wearing a fall color today, and it matches the projects. Do you think that that was planned? I'll let you guess. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and attach this with dimensionals. Those who know me know, right? Just guess from all the projects that I do. Aw, thank you, Nancy. And I'm going to go ahead and add this to the right side. Right about there. And again, I have my double bow. I'm into these double bows. And I know it takes up twice as much linen thread, but I can't help myself. I don't know. I just think that they look so pretty. Okay, where is the next glue dot? This is an eye test. There we go. Okay, and I'm going to put it right there. Jazz up the tag. And this is card number 3. Isn't that cute? Love it. Love it, love it. Okay, we are doing pretty good on time. So let's go ahead and do this one. Again, I love this designer series paper. Oh my goodness, it is so much fun. Let me get all my little notes there and grab my goodies. And again, I stamped and die cut in advance so we could hang out together a little longer that way. And let's see here. All my bits. Okay, so first of all, I have a card base, which is crumb cake. Cut it 4 1/4 by 11 and scored at 5 1/2. And again, on the inside of the card, I have Very Vanilla for my liner, 4 by 5 1/4. I don't know why. It's just like habit. I keep telling you guys the measurement for that because you never know. There might be somebody new, right? And then this is another piece of that beautiful Autumn Opulence designer paper. Oh my gosh, isn't that great? Who would think, honestly, that Blackberry Bliss, Lost Lagoon, Pecan Pie, like they'd all go together. And even like Petal Pink is in this designer paper as well. Then we have the back side there. But anyway, this is cut again at 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's going to cover the complete front of the card. And I always like to try to, before I smush it down, make sure it's lined up, top, bottom, sides, and then go ahead and smush it down. That's a technical term, by the way. And then I have a piece of this beautiful Blackberry Bliss and the Designer Series paper. And that's the back side of the paper that we just glued down. Let's see here. The Designer Series paper is cut at 2 7/8 by 3 7/8. And then the Blackberry Bliss piece is 3 by 4. We're going to go ahead and layer these together. And I just, again, wanted just a little bit of that Blackberry Bliss peeking through. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this with dimensionals. So what did you guys do this weekend? Did you do anything fun? Anything exciting? All right, I'm going to center this-ish. There we go. And what is this, a maple leaf? I think, yeah. So what I'm going to do, instead of keeping these longer with the stem, I'm going to cut off the stem. Ow! Oh, I know, stupid side effects, sorry. Anyway, we're cutting off the stems. Get rid of those little guys. We don't need them. They're just going to be in the way because we're actually covering up the middle of what we're decorating anyway. And I think, did I put those on? No, I glued them on. Surprise, surprise. I didn't use dimensionals on them. I think it's because I didn't want it too puffy. Because then you can't put them in the mail without paying $1,000. Put it in the mailbox. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to put that one, I think, there. And we're going to put this one about here. And this one. So by the way, this is Blackberry Bliss on white, basic white. And then this is Cajun Craze. And I did do the two-step stamping, oh my goodness sakes, on those. And that's what it looked like. Now I did stamp off before I did this, the stamping with the two-step stamp on it. I just thought maybe it would look a little nicer and you could see more of the detail, especially with like Blackberry Bliss is such a deep, rich color. I didn't want to distract from you seeing the vines in the leaf. Veins, vines, veins. Not vines, veins. My goodness sakes. Did you make cards? How fun. How fun. Oh, you had a tornado? That's not so much fun. That's scary. Oh my goodness sakes. Yeah, that's not fun. I hope that everything was okay in your area, Nancy, and your home and yourself. Obviously, you're okay, but that's scary. It's very scary. Okay, I grabbed my Blackberry Bliss ink, and I'm going to grab my sentiment, which is grateful for you, which I'm grateful for all of you who watch and tolerate my silliness. And you know what? I did use the stylish shapes on this right here. I knew I couldn't get away with a week without using those. Anyway, I'm going to make sure that that's off the stamp so I don't get that on my shirt. That would be bad. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and layer this on top, but I want to do that with dimensionals. Just like so. And I'm going to put it a little, center it off. How do I want to put this? Okay, we're going to glue it so that, whoops, it's going to be towards the right-ish of the card. It's not going to be centered. There we go. I spit it out. Oh, goodness sakes. Oy, oy, oy. Really, there was a lot of damage. You know, that's the thing. And it's crazy when you think about it, how quickly a tornado can run through your area and how much damage it can do in just like no time flat. You know, it's very scary. Okay. I think we're protected by the Lake Michigan, where I'm located. However, we have had what they call, I think, crosswinds, something or another winds or whatever it is. But anyway, that have uprooted trees, and I thought that was pretty dramatic. I was like, holy cow, to see trees that have been around forever and the whole root system is just completely, boop, just lifted up. But they say, oh, it was not a tornado, and I'm thinking, the heck it wasn't. Like, that was pretty strong winds to lift a tree with that amount of root that's been around forever. Anyway, card number 4 for you guys. There. Do we have time to do the last one? Are you ready to hang in there with me? This one's a really easy one. It's one of my go-to sketches. It's the Kitty Wampus card, as I call it. We'll go ahead. We'll go for it. We'll do it really quick. So this is Cajun Craze, cut at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We have our very vanilla for our liner. We're going to go ahead and glue it into place. This is always, and I always say this, first of all, oh, thank you. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you like it. This is always a great way to, 1, use scraps, and 2, to showcase and feature our beautiful designer series paper. You can always mix and match. I always have a tendency to go with patterns that I really, really like. I was looking for my sample, sorry. To go ahead and show off. So again, this is one of the elements from Autumn Opulence from the Designer Series paper pack that will be available on September 1st. So that's right around the corner, right? Anyway, and I wanted to make sure that I had a little bit of everything as far as patterns go in this. So let's go ahead and lay it out. And this is, again, another one of those elements in the pack. I even already stamped this. I did this on purpose so that in case I was getting short on time, that everything would be ready to rock and roll. Okay, and that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and there's one. And I use 5 strips. They're all cut at 1 inch by 4, 1 by 4. And I like this because you can just go ahead and paste all crooked and it comes out looking kind of cool. Because basically you're using your Designer Series paper as a backdrop. And it's all too pretty to hide, right? So it's kind of nice when you can use up your scraps as well. And this is one of my absolute favorite pieces, which has the Blackberry Bliss background. There we go. And then this piece here, oh, I do have it. Okay. This is 2.5 inches by 5/8 of an inch. And I stamped it on, this is crumb cake, cardstock, excuse me, and stamped it in early espresso. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors and we're going to just doop. If you wanted to do the dovetail, you could. This is just a lot easier on camera to do. I'm just going to say it. And then also dimensionals to pop it up a little bit. Peel these little guys off. And also I want to pop these up with dimensionals, my little acorns. They are so cute. They didn't give us a little squirrel. I think that would be kind of adorable too. And we're gonna go, oh, you know what? I'm gonna remove this one so I can layer it like that on top of the hello. And then again, my double bow with my linen thread. And let's see here. And pop that up there. Let's see, put this on. We'll do it right there on the acorns. All right, let's bring in all the cards, all 5. We did 5 today. Holy moly. But they were pretty easy, easy layouts, which I really like. That's right up my alley. And this one. And this is one of my favorites too. I love using all the colors. It's so much fun. So anyway, I hope that you guys love the projects today. Again, this is Elegant Leaves. It's a bundle, and it will be able to be purchased on September 1st, or you can go ahead and just get it now by getting a starter kit, which you get a discount on in the first place. And then you continue to get discounts on your purchasing, just like I do, which is kind of nice because I like a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, but fortunately, right? And once again, here's all the information for you in case you do need it. And I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for being here today and hanging out with me for a little bit of your Sunday crafternoon. And I will be back next week. This time I'm not really sure what I might do. This I knew I had in mind. I really wanted to play with this set a bit and create something kind of fun with you guys. But thanks again for being here. I will see you next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time for Sunday Crafternoon with Dawn. You guys take care, and I will see you in a week. Bye-bye.